Hey everyone, this is CR Game Room. I'm joined with Ben from a long absence from doing anything on the face of the planet, and then Ryan, who similarly was absent from us for a while. So, how's it going, gentlemen?
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
nothing on the face of the planet. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
did. Nothing.
If I don't see you or hear from you,
I
you're
don't
you're off the
exist.
face of the planet. Yeah, I mean,
No,
I
I was
get
just
it.
on the magical place of the world, you know,
okay.
or whatever they call Disney World. So
King
So
of Disneyland.
yeah. So this week we're going to be talking about a few things. We're going to be talking about the tournament, how it's gone so far, and the matches that we had, and any surprises and stuff in the Dice Masters world that we're interested in and excited about. And Ben has a format that he wants to play in a tournament pretty soon. What is that tournament format, Ben?
It's just I'm going to Worlds. Very exciting. And one of the tournaments they're doing there with like really good prizes is like a 2 minute annihilation set if you win.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 10x10 format. The new one the WizKids wants to try out, which is the 10 characters, and each of them has to be from 10 different sets, and OP sets count as different set.
Mm.
So I'd like to do some practicing with that at some point. If anyone wants to play any games of that, let me know, and I'll try and throw something together.
Noise.
Nice.
Sorry, I had to do a little switcheroo here. That's back up. That's back up. All right. There we go. Sorry. So yeah, you were telling me that earlier. We were talking just about what we might want to do, and I think that would be an interesting format to play in a tournament. I know a lot of people are talking about doing global escalation. I kind of want to do a personal escalation. That might be a little bit weird to play, but I think the 10 unique, the 10-10 or whatever it is.
10x10. Yeah, the global escalation would be cool. I'd like to
Mm-hmm.
mess around with that a bit more. We were playing a bit of that because I was trying to help out some of the people who went to Central European Nats.
Yeah.
no, the global escalation is one that I'm interested in. Chris, as you're aware, we had our local legacy league, which I guess is what we would call a personal escalation now. So
Mm-hmm.
whereas the winner, the winning teams would get removed from or added to the ban list, and go from there. So we had a monthly one that went almost 3 years. So
Wow.
our ban list was pretty substantial at that
Pretty
point.
extensive.
It made it to where we were getting some real interesting and unique and colorful builds. A new set would hit, and there'd be some great new things that would come out that would normally never ever see play,
Mhm.
but would dominate for a little bit, and then they'd get banned, and we'd be moving on to other things.
See, I think the cool thing about the kind of 2-team takedown format is that we're kind of seeing that especially with the Golden Age 2-team takedown tournament that's running right now.
Mm-hmm.
We are getting a lot of that kind of, because that's the point of global escalation, right, or personal escalation or whatever, is to mix up the team list, right?
Yeah.
And we're getting quite. I mean, there's a good amount of Bard and a good amount of Yanti, but it's not as much as, or not as pure as I thought they would be, I suppose.
Yeah.
There's lots of shenanigans happening.
Yeah, and I mean, it just shows you that even if you have those power cards on your team, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be winning with it, because I mean, we have quite a few people that have the power cards, and it's just they're just coming up a little bit short.
Piloting is one one major aspect of the game, and it is a dice game. Dice may just decide they don't like you that match. I mean, Chris, you saw my match a little last night where it was one of those for 4 rounds. I'm trying to get a character face to show up, and it's just like no.
I think
No
I'm just
step
gonna
one
relax. No, man, it's kind of like watching
Doesn't matter
Ben's
how
game.
good how good of a player you are. If the dice decide you're not getting anything, you're not going to get anything.
Yeah.
Especially in early games, right? Especially early in the game. If you can sort of roll well in the first, I mean, it's like the first 3 or 4 turns are like the most crucial. Once it gets later on, it's much more about team build and
After that, you can suffer through some bad rolls, because okay, these are mechanisms I have to work around it. If you've built your team, in a way to support, for forgiving yourself for those bad rolls.
Yeah.
it's about getting the snowball started, and once the snowball started, a little bounce, a little hiccup here and there, it's just gonna.
You may lose a little mass on the snowball, but guess what? It's gonna pick right back up.
Yeah.
So
That's what's adding to temp. I'm calling that tempo and board control in the live streams. I don't know if that's So you you got to grab tempo and all that first.
So yeah, I guess the main point of what I was trying to say there was that I feel like the 2-team takedown format kind of does a similar thing to the personal escalation. Kind of, they go for the same avenue.
Yeah,
and I mean, this has been great. So I assume a personal escalation one or a ban list on the winning team would be good, and it'd be fun to play around with.
Yeah, the personal personal escalation. The way I'm thinking about that is, you play your cards every single week. You have to ban one card from your team, so you can have two trains of thoughts on there. One card that just does absolutely nothing, and you could just ban it from your team and not really think about it, and do that every single week. There's lots of cards that will fit that mold. Or you could just change it up completely and just have a ridiculous team every single week and just ban the one that wouldn't complete your team.
My thing would be that probably one is not enough, right? Like you need a couple because
people could do that where they would just ban one. That doesn't make sense.
Especially with two teams, you've got 20 cards at that point that you're dealing with.
Maybe 4 cards.
Would it be a 2-team takedown format, or would you just have one team? Or though?
I want to do a 2-team takedown. Like everything, like if it's me,
you want to do all 2-team takedowns.
Yes. The only thing that we're not going to, we got something coming down the pipe that's not going to be a 2-team takedown tournament. That we actually are going to like. Of course, draft is not going to be a 2-team. That's too hard to do for 2 different teams. But we got something coming down the pipe that's not going to be a draft, and it is going to be a single team. We've talked about that in our tournament chat discussion. That's coming down a little bit. We'll talk more about that in a future stream, probably like middle of top 8. But yeah, I kind of want to do personal escalation, 2-team takedown, possibly 3 to 4 cards per team banned each week, and you get to choose.
So I guess we're asking for like suggestions on what other people want here, right? That's the point of bringing this up.
Yeah.
What do you all want?
I want the world.
I want the world.
I want to watch it burn.
Oh my gosh. So
tournaments, how's it been going? How's everyone's golden age madness happening?
Well, we're talking to 2 top 8 qualifiers right here.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah,
maybe
I got
3.
Lucky and beat Dustin and lost to Alan. So
you got to ask yourself who hasn't lost to Alan though.
Yep.
Alan's the only person undefeated now.
5 people have lost to him.
Yeah.
Well, including 2 of us, right?
3 of us.
3 of us.
We're the Allen's losers to Allen's stream right now.
Yeah, his team is super fast.
Yeah.
As you would say, he's very spammy.
Yeah, but I mean, it's 2 teams. I mean, it's golden age, 2-team takedown, and it's also, I mean,
you were so close.
Well, I was. But it was kind of like a curveball, right? I think it was a good kind of team building feint kind of thing. So he's running. I don't know if we should be.
It's listed
just
on
to
our
spoil
Discord.
his team. Yeah. Well, I know it's already.
There's several streams of his team. People can watch it. Watch.
Yeah, they should. I should have done that because it would have been a lot more.
Yeah, he had one against me that definitely was streamed that you should have watched.
Yeah,
mine against him wasn't streamed, but you could have asked.
So his kind of trickery, I guess it's not real. I don't know how to describe it. He kind of set up it as a Guy Gardner team, right? And everyone's like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be Guy Gardner," and then no.
Guy's just there as
all Tsarina.
What else am I gonna do? Yeah. I'll do
I've
that.
run out of fists to buy Tsarina with. I bought all 4 Tsarinas.
Might as well go Guy Gardner here. Yeah.
And that's, I mean, yeah. It was the thing with Tsarina is she's fairly. I mean, she's difficult. Like she's a strong card, but she's fairly easy to stop in general, you need like a second counterpunch to her. As long as your opponent, and what I should have done is just build up a field. And if you don't build up a field, you don't have characters to spin down, and then that's where she's really deadly.
Yeah.
And I just didn't do that.
I think possibly your Tabaxi Rogue, and then bought a.
Well, yeah, any kind of character, right?
Yeah.
Especially a character that can survive
Any
against.
character beyond sidekicks.
Yeah, there was like 4 turns where you could have bought another character, and it would have made as well. I'll say this: you buying the Cosmic Cubes when you did them, you almost won doing what you did, so you really can't argue with that. But
well, no, I definitely missed that. I definitely tried to invest and try and outrace him, which is fine if I'm also fielding a bunch of characters. But when you're playing a Yanti spammy horrible cube team, then
it's not fun.
it's not fun. Yeah, I should have got some more characters out.
And the other thing was that your uncommon Yanti is just like, people are not ready for that. Honestly, they're really not. And
yeah, it's super good.
He tried to make you attack, and you're like, nope, it's uncommon. Oh,
yeah.
I didn't see
I mean
that.
that's kind of my feint, right? That's kind of my
yeah,
little bit of trickery, I guess.
Though
Yeah,
I do have to commend you on the Red Eyes Black Dragon. I used that one back in the first WKO I went to, and got myself to 3rd place in it. With
I love that card.
Yeah, it's so underrated. So most people don't think about it, and it's one of those, especially if you're running a Gabi team or any sidekick heavy team.
Yeah,
it's one of those. Oh, and just all of a sudden now I've got a +20 attack.
Yeah, I kind of put it on the problem with it is a really big like glass cannon kind of thing. I put it on a very similar level to like Mr. Fix-It, where like if it goes, it goes. But if your opponent has that one thing that can stop it, like it can really stop it.
You can't invest in it as your only win condition. It's too slow as your only win condition. But having it as a alternate win con on there, whether it's your primary or your secondary, whatever.
Yeah, you definitely need something else.
It's something that your opponent is going to have to deal with.
I think a tertiary win condition on your team should have been like Throne Car. Granted, you're running very thin with what you can have on your team, but I think having that, or even just
I mean, I had fighting, right? Which fighting does a similar job. It clears the field, and Red Eyes is my main win condition. And it works really well. It's really quick. I can get it on turn 4 pretty consistently.
Yeah.
I just didn't roll Ring of Winter. I mean, I missed. So I could have won on turn 3 and missed all my roll. I didn't get anywhere near. But then turn 4, I just missed Ring. And turn 5, I just missed Ring. If I'd got them then, I would have won. And then turn 6, it was... I could have won on turn 6 as well. And then he just had
Alfred,
and he didn't. Yeah.
That freaking Alfred. I hate that Alfred card. Robert puts it on every single freaking team. I hate that card.
It's a good card.
Oh, I'm about to swing in for unblockable damage. Oh no, he comes right back. Oh, go ahead, roll your. Yeah, he comes back. All right, cool. I hate it.
I know, and Alan didn't even realize.
Yeah, I was just like, holy crap! You just did 20 some odd damage. You could have been the bad guy and been like, no, I definitely win right here.
I could have.
Ryan had a similar situation where he accidentally shrieked and blobbed the same character. And
yeah, we were getting close to time, and the team
What's the
I was
strategy?
playing is one that really required more time, to set up and whatnot. And so I was fast playing myself a little bit, and part of it was also, I'm playing a little fast to try to get in the head of my opponent that,
time's
sure,
out.
Maybe they will make some bad mistakes too.
Yeah,
but you did it yourself.
Yeah, and in my head, I'm like, okay, I need to name Batman because I've already named, Bruce Wayne. Field him. Okay, so Bruce Wayne. Wait a second. I wanted Batman.
You would
but
pass
my
turn. Yeah.
And so it was like, nope.
Dustin, Ryan asked if he could take it back. At that point, it's his opponent's.
Since it was my opponent's turn, legally he did not have to allow me to do that. I have no hard feelings in any way, shape, or form about the play.
Yeah.
You know, it was one of those, you know, I should have asked before I named it what I had named before. You know, it was my own mistake. You know.
Yeah, but-
Ryan asked me, I really don't want to let you take that back. And I was like, Dustin, you don't have to. It's your no one's going to look bad upon you. This is a tournament. He's like, no.
I know, I should have just... Well, if I'd known that, I would have just... Screw Alan.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, so anything else going on with you guys besides just, you know, well, my tournament matches, I got, who did I play this last week? Was it Alan that annihilated me? Yeah. The last match that I played. Yeah, I'm playing my game on Saturday, so look forward to that loss. But I played Alan previously, and Alan just, I don't even think it was like the stream had barely gotten started, and I'd already lost. So that was kind of...
That's how my match was with him.
Yeah,
my round 3 match. It was.
And then
Or
before
was it my
that,
round 2? I don't remember.
it just blurs together. And then the previous week I played Stu. I won 2-0. I think that was probably the best match I've played since the WKO in Dallas. I thought I brought it together really well. And then I lost to Patrick quite abysmally.
Yeah, I beat Patrick pretty easily, so...
Yeah, and then after the fact, well, I didn't really care to win.
Wasn't even a contest, to be honest.
Patrick, fresh off his win on the draft event, which was, I don't know, it was really interesting.
Yeah.
Ben gave him all of his cards.
I know.
Oh.
I know, and I was drafting villains as well. That's the worst part. He won with villains, and I was drafting villains.
It was almost like you wanted him to win.
I was trying to take all the good villains, and
Never got any.
no, I got all of them. I thought, but apparently I gave them all to him as well.
Well, you know, Patrick, he'll tell you what exactly you did to help him out. So,
Yep.
And Ryan is officially in the top 8 because he went 4-1. He only lost to Alan.
Yep.
So, quite proud of him.
Alan's definitely the person to beat in top 8. It's like,
I don't think I can beat him, but that's not saying much.
No. Yeah, but you got so what kind of interesting builds have we seen? I guess the other.
Well,
there've been loads of cool builds.
You know, you guys can critique my builds here for a little bit. You know, I've got my King Black Bolt. You know.
Yeah, I wish I had that stupid katana. I didn't bring katana with me to Canada. Otherwise, I'd have been tempted. I really like that King Black Bolt team. I think it's cool.
And then I've got the Nabi Control team. You know.
Let me have a look at the team.
See, the Nabi Control, it seems good, but it takes a little bit of time to set up. Granted, you got the tools.
A little bit of time to set up, but once it's set up, it's you know, it's very stable and can be very resilient.
I mean, if you miss rolls, it's terrible.
Oh, if you miss rolls, but again, it's one of those, as we mentioned, you know, as long as your first 2 or 3 rounds, you're able to purchase what you need.
Yeah,
you can recover.
Yeah, what do you guys think about? So I was talking to Spug, Andy Ricketts, who won the Central European Nats today.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about Collector. Like, how do you feel? Because no one played Collector. Collector didn't get anywhere near the top 8 at Central European Nats.
Oh,
see, I love the Collector. The Collector is.
I do as well, but is he good enough? I guess is my question. Is he good enough for?
So I mean,
he's a little bit
top tier.
Knock on wood. I have in a 2-team takedown tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I except for the one time where we completely and totally forgot the fact that I had Madam Mask in the field and let my opponent, you know, use when fielded abilities against me. I have yet to lose a match with my Collector team.
I think on our format, it's a little bit more forgiving, but on the single team modern matchup, it's too slow. There's too many cards out there that counters it.
Because Collector in the 2-team takedown format gives you access to not only your 10 cards on your team, but also your opponents, but not only your opponents, one team, both their teams, right? You get all 20 of their cards.
I mean, whatever team they're playing at that time.
Yes, but but because you have it on your team, you're going to get effect you could if you wanted it on both teams.
Right.
Mhm.
I think that gives it a bit more variety. But I don't. Yeah, in the top, it hasn't really made it, which is interesting, right? Because before US Nats, anyway, we were. I think generally the speculation was that Collector was going to be like the thing. Nobby Collector was going to be the big thing, and then Yanti Super Rare happened, and
Yeah, I mean, Yanti Super Rare definitely is a
Yeah.
faster team.
it
There's
definitely is
no-
100%.
There's
Yeah.
no question about it, and it's not. There's not much that's fast enough in to combat that, especially when Cosmic Cube was before it was banned.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, but after before UK Nats anyway,
Mhm.
when I was team building for your UK Nats, I was like Collector's going to be the thing, and I ended up taking Collector to UK Nats and didn't do as well as I wanted to.
I think
And
until something
then-
happens to Yanti, it's not going to be the way.
I know, but
Well,
but
and
before
I
you
don't think it's Yanti specific. I think it's until someone, until we have a better counter for a tune.
okay, but then Yanti wasn't present at Central European Nats.
Hmm.
Yanti and Bard weren't available, and that was Golden Age. You could have put a whole bunch of stuff with Collector.
True. That's
and it
weird.
Still didn't make it.
Maybe
I-
people just abandoned it because in building up the team, they had to have stuff that countered Yanti, and they just
But they didn't because there was no Yanti to
Yeah,
counter.
but everyone
I
was
know.
planning on there being Yanti.
and countering
No.
it.
Not for Central European because it was banned.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's weird, but
And in Australia, Australian Nats, I mean, Yanti was banned and no one went for Collector.
I don't know. I think there's just a lot of stuff that's super fast, and Collector just takes a little bit of setup. I mean, you have to to make sure you get the tempo and you snowball on your opponent. You got to make sure you get perfect with
Well,
Collector.
Are you doing? Is that the
Collect-
problem?
Collector
Yeah.
himself is not a win con.
Yeah, I think that
You-
might be the
you-
big thing.
That's the thing is, you have to have another win con. You have to have a win con on your team,
And sometimes
it
still your
has to be
opponents.
a when fielded style win con.
Hmm.
So there's very few of those out there. Navi, being one of the best ones there is. Because it comes out as a one cost when fielded big bang.
So, but are we saying that then that Nobby's not good enough?
um,
I think Winfield is just not good enough.
I think it depends on the tech you put it with. The issue is Navi's not fast enough. His when fielded ability is not fast enough for a rush style, for a quick aggro, quick kill. It is much more a mid-range game
Yeah.
type thing. You've got to have several characters out there to where when you're fielding him, you're doing that 2, 3, 4, up to 6, damage every time you field it.
You know,
You
Uh,
know?
when I've thought about a variant for that Collector team is putting Absorbing Man on there and buying your Nobbies and collecting in your
Man.
Absorbing Man and fielding the Nobby.
There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of shenanigans you can do with Collector. One of my favorite things to do with Collector is to spend the one bolt or the shield in something else to change the target of my Shriek or my Blob.
Yeah.
I get my one out in the field, and now once I have
Yeah.
Collector out there, I swap one in and go. Against Michaela, it was she was using her Constantine to stop my Shriek.
Mhm.
And I wasn't worried about that. I needed to get a Shriek in the field. Once my Collector, my Collector was out, I'm not, she stopped naming Shriek. Now I
Yep.
just Collector and Shriek. I get to name, and now my job is done.
Yeah.
There's still, it gives you a lot of shenanigans, a lot of means to work around other techs against you.
It does so, but then why hasn't it?
Range game.
But then are you saying? But is it too slow for mid range as well? That's what I'm saying.
No, for mid range, it's not too slow. If you're building properly.
So do you just think that the game is nowhere near the kind of
I think
mid-range
we're,
anymore.
we're still, it's still too fast of a game at a high-level competitive meta
Yeah.
for the mid-range to be that competitive.
So what about when Yanti's banned, or if it gets banned, or just ignoring Yanti?
Well, I mean, if we're talking just the Yanti Super Rare, I still don't think that's going to be the issue. There's still a tune currently is it, and once range hits with the Warhammer, there's going to be some
Range
more
and
there.
frag.
It's
So do you think? So you think a team with, say, the common Yanti and the Wasp is fast enough to take down a collector?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I would say
That's my team that I like to run.
Potentially
Interesting.
it's the because if I'm remembering correctly, the common Yanti is the unblockable one. Or
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Throw on under investigation. Wasp becomes unblockable also.
Yeah, I still love running improvised weapon with that Yanti, because it's one of those. It's a one cost. It's easy to get your hands on, and all it's going to do is increase the damage that Yanti's doing, and
Or provide a little bit of ramp. Yeah, or provide a little bit of ramp. Yeah. That's a good one.
And it's if your opponent's going to try to stop you, then they're going to waste a turn doing it. Great,
Yeah.
Slow yourself down.
Yeah. And if they're using Kate Bishop to bring your stuff back, you're still doing attune damage, and
Exactly.
okay, whatever.
So how do you guys feel about Black Widow Global, the Force Attack Global, and how that will be affected? How that affects the meta? Do you think that effectively stops Super Yanti, or do you think that no, Super Yanti is still too?
Remind me what that global is.
Force attack.
Just Force Attack.
At first I thought it would, but honestly, the Yanti teams can use that as control themselves to force their opponent to attack, and like I don't know, I wrap my head around it, and dude, if you don't need to waste an under surveillance on stuff to make it unblockable, then
most people that are thinking of something along those lines are playing some sort of control build. And unfortunately, a force attack is not what you want in a control build, because your opponents are going to be able to use it against you to disrupt your control.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't think control is the way to stop Yanti. Yanti's proven.
It's that catch-22. It's a good global. It's a good thing to have, but
what about an aggro team? Something like with the Ant-Man that's unblockable.
I don't think there's not enough utility in that card to waste a slot on your team to bring it there.
But the Black Widow itself gives, the ability on the Black Widow
+1.
+1 to all your characters.
That turn.
Yeah.
Kaboom.
I like it. I like putting Black Widow on.
You've been playing Black Widow
team.
with the Yanti.
Oh yeah, it adds control.
But I know, but aren't they just forcing your pseudo dragon to attack?
So what?
Well, I'll take the 1 damage from pseudo dragon to stop you doing 1 damage for every action.
You're right. But if I have Yanti and Wasp in the field and I have them fielded at the same time and there's an action played,
but then you're asking for a bunch of characters in the field. Is that fast enough?
You could just force their stuff to attack also.
My thing with Yanti,
to Chris's point, you're forcing them to expend some of their energy, some of their resources to disrupt you, and so it's going to slow them down just a little bit more while they're doing that.
Yeah,
so,
I know, but Yanti doesn't have the ramp
to it. But again, the Yantis, in almost every version of them, and just Attune in general right now, it's just, there's too much to make it too fast.
Yeah, and Steven makes a good point. Pseudo Dragon on the team seems too slow. I don't put Pseudo Dragon on my team anymore for Attune. It's not as... It's good. It's more consistent than missing a die roll and just having it out there. But you could just buy another Attune.
You're better off having 2 or 3 Attune characters versus an Attune character in the Pseudo Dragon.
Yeah.
Then are we saying that because... Are you saying the Super Rare Yanti is not the Yanti of choice anymore?
Kind of. Because you don't have to limit yourself with 1-cost actions.
It depends on the style of team that you're wanting to build, but a actual aggro style Yanti team, no. I think it's your Attune team is going to go more towards the
ID card,
common, running either ID card or improvised weapon, something along those lines, and running Wasp and
Zendala.
If they want a big guy, they could either go with Boom Boom or the new Doctor Strange and get even more damage out of it.
I think Doctor Strange is a little bit too high, but
I mean, Doctor Strange is definitely the high end of that curve. He, in a competitive meta team, he's not going to be there, But you've got enough attune abilities out there now that you can get three or four of them out there quickly, and now you get that improvised weapon, you get that ID card, whatever. You're doing 3-4 damage.
And Steven, I'm not saying that
about multiplying it.
Steven, I'm not saying that Super Rare Yanti is not great. I'm just saying you can build teams around common Yanti that make a lot of sense and are super good.
So without Pseudo Dragon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why I asked that question to Steven's point is, if you're not running Pseudo Dragon, it's just about if your opponent has attunes, which they're going to have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's your upper hand?
Well, Pseudo Dragon is more for the super rare Yanti. I'm dealing damage when I purchase the, action.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
if you're
why
not running that one, you don't need Pseudo Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I say it. So do we need?
You need a second attuner or third. Period.
But you only need that
if
you're
the super rare Yanti is a bad one. It's still a good viable team.
It's still a great one. Let's be honest, it's a great one.
Yeah, it's a great team, but you have a limited number of actions that you can purchase. And so you needed the Pseudo Dragon or the Cosmic Cube to increase that damage output from those purchases.
Okay, so Steven's agreeing. So you need so you're saying that you need the Pseudo Dragon on the super rare team.
Yes. Oh yeah. You definitely need that, and then possibly the uncommon Cosmic Cube. It really makes it go really fast, because then it doesn't matter what basic actions your opponent brought. They can pretty much hammer. You can hammer down on those too. They don't have to be one cost. They could be 4.
No, I still like the Cosmic Cube that lets you cycle your, just whatever you pull. I'll send those psychics over, and it's just going to force you to make sure you're pulling exactly what you want.
True. But if you're playing the Super Rare Yanti, you want the Cosmic Cube that you can buy it from one list, so you buy the Cosmic Cube again. And
the drawback
Supreme Intelligence it over.
I'm talking about is it won't trigger attune ability.
Yeah.
So
Steven showed me how
losing
good.
Out on that,
Yeah. Steven showed me how good that Supreme Intelligence is. It's
I don't really
super
like
good.
any Kree stuff. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm like a little bit. Kree by far is the worst one in my opinion. Controversial.
Oh my god! All you European people.
Yeah. The Kree set.
The Kree team pack.
Kree team pack.
Okay.
All the new stuff is my least favorite.
The Supreme Intelligence off of the Kree Invasion pack is super good. Because you don't have to have the fabricate for it. I mean, you don't have to try to get it by fabricating.
Mm-hmm.
Just use the global on it.
Use the global.
It's so good.
What's the global on it again?
Pay 2, prep 1 die from your use pile.
Oh yeah.
Once per turn.
Yeah, well, chalkboard was ridiculous, wasn't it? And so
Yeah.
it's just like a different chalkboard. But yeah, for globals, I don't know. I'll just let my opponent bring them.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, gentlemen.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I definitely understand that. It's just, let's say you miss on your stuff, and you have 4 energy. You could just whatever's
I know,
in.
but again, I'll just let my opponent bring it.
Yeah, I know you do that, and they seem to always bring it for you. It's so annoying playing against you, because it's like, oh, okay,
Genius.
You have exactly what I need. I hate you, Ben. I hate you.
But yeah, I don't know. I like do we think any of the new stuff is going to be? So if you're saying what in the new stuff is going to be meta like breaking, or
I'm gonna say in the meta, because I don't think anything's really gonna be breaking the meta. I think Wasp the +1/+1 for each attune.
Attune.
That's super good. Under surveillance, I think if you use that correctly, that's super good. And then Black Widow, that's just I feel as though Black Widow is super good also. And there's more. I'm just forgetting them, but those are the ones I love. Is those 3 cards and Throne Brick. Throne Brick is.
Oh yeah, okay. I agree. Throne Brick is.
Yeah, if you put that on any kind of team with a tune, and it's coming out every turn.
Throne Brick is the one thing where I think yes, probably that's going to be.
And that's a basic action. If you have someone that bought the Harley Quinn set twice, you'd be like, hey, throwing that away? I'll take it.
Unless they're like me and they actually collect 2 sets. So.
Wow.
Madness.
All right.
I bought 2 of the Justice Light Lightning.
I bought 2 of each of them except for Harley.
I wanted 4 of those Ant-Man.
Oh, dude, that Ant-Man's so good.
I know, I can't wait till I get Gigantic Global back in my life.
When are you going to actually have your whole entire collection of Dice Masters in one place?
Oh, I won't have any of my golden stuff till maybe sometime.
Because I just imagine like you have like apartments all over the world, and you just like have them set.
International Man of Mystery.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in Canada this week. All right, I got my Golden Age stuff. America, just team packs. That's it, bro.
Back in UK, all I have is Deadpool here, man.
That is what I have there. No, it's not. I have all the golden stuff in Britain there.
So, what have you guys been playing besides Dice Masters?
Games
or normal
Sagrada?
format Dice Masters, I should say.
Format in Dice Masters or outside of Dice Masters?
Doesn't matter. Whatever.
Okay,
Do you like Sagrada? I do not like Sagrada.
See, I love Sagrada.
Do you? I did not get that game.
I love that Cavern Tavern.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Oh, sorry, my son's going to bed there. Cavern Tavern is another fun one that hits our table quite a bit. Been playing a lot of Star Realms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the game's good.
You know, in Dice Masters, we've been doing a lot of different draft style events. So I created draft packs out of the Adventure Infinity and the
cool.
2 train packs. And
How did that work? The draft.
I wish we would have had 2 more players.
Okay.
But outside of that, it worked. It worked fine. So I took the 2 team packs and the draft packs, and I made 8 draft packs out of it. You know, made sure there was no duplicate basic actions in a single draft pack, and then brought up all the dice needed, so we had enough for 2 dice for everything, and we did it as a straight up draft pack. You know, and that worked out pretty well. You know, Steven, who's in chat, you know, annihilated all of us, so he
As he does.
you know, he can definitely commentate on that a little bit more. You know, we did. I have some what I call the house draft packs for Thor, so we did some of those.
Oh yeah, you had you guys drafted at one time and someone got a super rare. Like, oh, I just got a super rare. Like, no, the house has a super rare.
Well, no, actually it was even more funny because it was me that drafted it, and it was the super rare Malekith. But apparently, when I was putting the packs back together, you know, from the last time, I missed putting a basic action in that one, so I had to set the entire pack aside and pull a new one.
Oh,
so it was one of those. Oh, so there we go. But yeah, I've got a set of Tomb of Annihilation draft packs for that, and Thor draft packs.
Steven's doing a little smack talk, saying you just have to pass him stuff so he wins.
Well, I am the world's worst drafter. No question mark there. I think in the Thor draft, or not the Thor draft, the Avenger Infinity draft, I had the Attune Wasp, and I had the 8 Overcrush Thanos that got cheaper, and I decided to go with the Thanos.
The Thanos is super good.
And
yeah, it's an 8.
I think in
In
2
draft.
out of the 3 matches I played, I was able to purchase all because I drafted another Thanos, so I had 4 Thanos dice. I was able to purchase all of my Thanoses, and the last match I had all 4 of them in the field. Yeah, it's nice to be able to buy a Thanos for 1. I was able to pull that off a couple of times.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, that Thanos is in the Kree. I haven't really looked at the Thanoses. They're all normally pretty fun.
Yeah, well, I had the Kree captain with the global, so spend 2 fists, cost 3 less. Then I would sacrifice out the Kree captain that I had in the field to bring Thanos down another 3, and I had big entrance. So I was buying Thanoses for 1, putting them straight into my bag.
Nice. That's ridiculous. Man,
it just wasn't fast enough to beat an Attoon Wasp. So.
Oh, definitely not. That's Attoon Wasp is gross.
Yeah, so I did pass the Attoon Wasp to Steven on that one. I told you I'm the world's worst drafter.
Attoon Wasp is probably you take this. Period. Pick one.
The first card that I saw in the draft pack was that Thanos, and I started building the idea. I got blinded. So
blinded by the Thanos.
I am the world's worst drafter. I don't think I've ever got anywhere higher than 3rd place in a draft event. That's
still not terrible.
In most of those events, it was there were only 4 people.
The one proudest thing I've ever done with a draft is I won that Batman draft that we did at Duncanville, and I had just the flip team. It was really gross.
Catwoman.
Yes. And just eventually, I just kept attacking, knocking people out.
The X-Men First Class draft we did at Duncanville was one of the best ones I did, and it was... I still don't understand how this happened, but it was the second... because we were doing it with actual foil packs, so it was the second set of them, and it was probably the 3rd or 4th pack, and there was 8 of us.
Mm-hmm.
I get handed the Boom Boom.
Wow.
Whoa!
I was like, okay, wait a second. How did this get passed around this
that was
many
some
times?
good hand. That was a very good hand.
And done.
I don't. Wow, I'm terrible at drafting, also, but I would have been like, that's what you have to take.
Yeah,
that's crazy. It'd be like passing Hulk. Oh. Although there were some people that passed Hulk in the online tournament. That was nutty.
So yeah, one of the events at Worlds is going to be a draft. One of the draft packs.
Which...
So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if Warhammer's out by then, because that'd be cool to draft.
Yeah, we don't have an official date yet, so we're hoping though.
No, yeah. Do we have? It's in November, right?
It's November, but we don't have a date, so that means it could still slip.
It'll be gone in November.
So the hope is that it comes out the first week in November, so that it's eligible for Worlds. If it
no,
it wouldn't be eligible for Worlds.
Because Worlds is that week.
Ben, okay? There we go. I think it's coming out next year. Honestly,
I want it at least to. Well, I want it to come out at PAX Unplugged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be great. And I was mentioning this last week at our local event. I think the best thing they can do is actually drop it at PAX, do it as some sort of event there, surrounding it.
Mm-hmm.
It's their first time at that that convention. Throw a little bang out there for it.
Well, because otherwise, if it's released earlier, it's going to be legal for Worlds, and that'll just be if it's released like 1 week before Worlds.
And that's what I'm saying. It needs to release that first week in November. Because if it doesn't release that week, then it's not eligible for Worlds.
I don't think.
At that point, they do need to wait till Worlds.
They should just they should
hold
wait.
on.
Yeah.
Doesn't it have to be released for everyone in the world to have it? Okay. Because the people coming over for Worlds are going to have access to it.
A release date 2 weeks before.
I don't think it's coming out before then. I think it's going to be after that. I think it's going to be January.
It would be
personally.
very WizKids.
I
to...
don't think it's going to slip all the way out to January.
But you do think it's going to slip though, because it's been slipping since it was supposed to be.
Well, I mean, it was supposed to come
I know,
out in
but-
what, March. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I think they should wait until PAX and release it there. I think it's a big enough IP as well.
I think I
To
agree
create
with
some
you. I
buzz.
think it's going to drop at PAX. I
Mhm.
think they're going to use that to try to get some buzz back around. The fact other news that we have is they've brought back the OP kits.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, I'm
so
very
those,
happy about
those
that,
come
yeah.
back in January. So we've already got January, February, March, and April's spoiled on the OP kits as far as the one card in each and the full set of what the cards are. We don't know.
Worthwhile cards so far as well.
Yeah.
All of them look playable, and some of them look meta
The
good.
January one, the Black Widow, bringing back the Iron Fist is
Yep.
and not having a unique die is
Yep.
fantastic.
Yep.
The February one with the Iron Man, and they're including a Pepper Potts as the participation, so you've automatically
That's
got
cool.
a Pepper Potts to go with it. You don't have to go back and collect that set.
Hmm.
Is great.
Hmm.
It's all good stuff coming out in those OP kits, but as such, because we're seeing that bringing back of those OP kits, I don't see them slipping those sets that far out. Warhammer,
Agreed.
I'll put money down. It's gonna release at PAX.
Yeah, I think that just seems like too perfect an opportunity not to do, right?
I think the DC Justice set is probably going to go back to January, and I think the X-Men is going to get pushed back to February or potentially April. And am I missing any sets? Or I think those are the only 3 sets we have left right now.
There might be.
We've got Warhammer, DC Justice, and the X-Men.
Yeah, I think that's probably about right, isn't it?
So, yeah, they better start coming up with more stuff because
What are you talking about? The new stuff we haven't even played.
This is
I know.
WizKids has.
They need to get a schedule though. That's the problem.
Well, I mean,
Consistent schedule.
Consistent schedule. They need to have a scheduled release date, or they need to come out with smaller stuff more often, like they do with HeroClick. Looking at their other properties that they have, we're not going to get a release schedule like Magic has or Yu-Gi-Oh has or anything like that, where it's fixed every so often. There's a new release.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to have too many issues with shipping and.
And the
That's
dice
happened.
actually take a lot of time to manufacture. There's a whole nother thing there that those other games don't have.
Yeah.
And so it'd be nice if they did do a release. At least lengthen
Well,
out
it's a bit
shorten
like
the time between releases, and not have here's 4 releases within 3 months, and now
That's
9
just
months
stupid.
of nothing.
That's
Yeah, I
stupid.
mean they could have easily spaced
Yeah.
out the team packs and the Avengers
Yeah,
Infinity.
I mean,
right?
it's you come out with a campaign set. The next month you come out with the team team pack. Next month
pack.
you come out with the next team
Yeah.
pack. Next month out you come out with a new campaign set,
Yeah.
and you go out like that. I mean, just instantly right there, you've got 3 months
Mhm.
of release product with whatever they're releasing at that one time.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. There's something I want to talk about right now, real quick, if you guys don't mind.
It's
No.
your channel. You have fun.
One thing
I
that
mind.
I've been playing and I've been enjoying, or enjoyed the few times that I played, Mastermind.
Garbage.
Whatever, you haven't seen it or played it, but you just only heard us talking about it. You're like, I want to play modern. I want to play modern.
I've seen like
Sorry,
jumped
there
in
was
for, like-
my silent objection to it. No.
I jumped in for like 5 minutes and I was very confused about what you guys were doing.
That's because you don't sit down and watch it. That's the problem.
I watched the match with you, Patrick, and Joe. Joe and Patrick, you guys, they handed me the rules, and I was reading through them as everyone was playing.
Mm-hmm.
The rules as written need a little bit more clarification.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of spit and polish that needs to be done to the format. There's a lot of question marks.
As far as I can tell, it's just whatever Patrick feels like doing at that present moment. and then just.
Well, the thing is,
Oh yeah, this is how this
There,
works.
there, there,
Okay,
there's
cool,
some
Patrick.
rulings that I don't understand why they're in there, and then there's some rulings that
like if you have a what if character and it only has 4, you can't use generic. That screws my team so bad.
yeah, and I mean that's why can't you have globals that are generic?
So should we explain what Mastermind is before we?
Yeah,
start?
we really should. So
Okay, Chris, if you have actually played it, we will let you explain it.
okay, here we go. I'll try to do the 40-mile version of it so I don't get everyone lost. So basically, you have 40 cards, and it's like that, but they have to match the energy of whatever your mastermind is. I almost said commander, and I did just there, but it has to match the energy type that it is your commander. So cards like King Black Bolt, you can use
Now,
any energy.
Let's take a quick second here to explain what makes your mastermind unique.
Max die of 1. It has to have a max die of 1. I only have 2 cards.
Okay.
With this one and Squirrel Girl, and that's it. So
So can you choose a character and just make it have? It just has to have printed.
It
max.
literally has to have on the card the card stock of the card written as max 1.
Okay. So you choose that
additionally,
first.
Yeah, that you pick your mastermind first, and I'll help Chris out a little bit here.
And I picked that one, King Black Bolt.
Whatever energy your mastermind is, everything else in your 40 cards has to match. So,
including
if you
globals.
including globals and everything. So, taking King Black Bolt has all 4 energy types, allows Chris to be able to use all 4 energy types.
Okay.
With the current caveat of something that uses generic energy for globals is not allowed.
Because it says you may not use wild energy to purchase this die. This text may not be ignored. I think that's why it's like that. But then again, it's like I can spin down
again,
stuff.
You look at Wasp that has a pay 2 and do this.
Yeah.
But that's not allowed because that's considered generic.
Okay, so this is how you team build. How do you actually play?
So in play, you have 7 cards that you. How many
5.
cards is-
5 in the
cards.
display. If you have any Swarm characters, they go to their own separate display because Swarm in this format doesn't really do anything. It just does something to push through your deck a little bit more.
Right. So out of your 40 cards, you flip over the first top 5. That's your display, and you are.
So you don't get to choose them. It's just off the top of your deck.
Top 5 off your deck.
Okay.
You then can purchase those, and when you purchase one of them, a new one replaces it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can only buy 1 die at a time.
Yep, and there's only ever 1 die of those characters there.
If you have the energy to buy multiple, you can buy multiple.
Yeah, you can buy multiple from your display, but again,
I know, but you can only buy 1 of each.
Yes, there's only 1 of each die of each card, and you can't have multiple versions of the same character to have multiple dice of that character.
Okay.
So there is a mechanic. Excuse me. There is a mechanic, and this was the one that I had the hardest time following, which is your mastermind tokens, which allows you to remove cards and dice from your team to make space for new ones to come in.
Well, the tokens are there basically whenever your mastermind would have gone back to his card, or would have gone to the use pile. You put a token on it, and you have to remove those tokens. You have to take one of your characters off your board. I know it sounds very weird, but
if your mastermind has tokens on him, his purchase and fielding cost is increased by the number of tokens.
And once you get to 5 tokens on your mastermind, you lose.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you have to clear
I didn't find in the rules anywhere. I didn't see that in the rules that were sent. So
well, I mean,
additionally, you have 40 life, but you also keep track of damage that your opponent's mastermind is being dealt to you, and if a single mastermind deals you 21 points of damage or more, you are instantly knocked out. You are out of the game.
Okay.
And
I will say this:
it's
They
everyone
are
for everyone.
extremely long games as well.
Yeah.
That's what was upsetting me. On it, I'd say upsetting. That was the deterrent to me on it was, the match between the three of them was 2.5 hours. And unfortunately, it's hard for me to be able to dedicate that much time to a game in a random time.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like the idea. I need to play it to really wrap my head around it.
Yeah, it definitely helps being able to see it being played. And
as opposed to just
we are
5
probably
minutes and be like, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Well, and we are probably massacring some of the nuances of the rules, trying to explain them without reading them from the PDF and whatnot.
Yeah, sure.
I would think a updated version of Riddler's Rumble probably would be a little bit more enjoyable as a pickup game.
Yeah.
Mastermind is, as Patrick put it, Mastermind is built more for the people who have very large collections and are wanting to do something with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's always cool to see fun formats like this, and
Yeah,
we'll have to mess around with it and then see where it goes and see if we can do a mini tournament with it or something.
I don't know if we could do a mini tournament. I think CR Game Room Night might be perfect for it, where everyone just gets together and brings their mastermind.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
If they want to. I know that Ben's in the mode of just preparing for Worlds and does it.
Well, I don't have any what if characters in me.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could give you the Squirrel Girl one, because that one's actually pretty decent to do.
Well, I think I've got an extra one of that Squirrel Girl.
Oh, I have that. I just don't have it with me right now because I'm traveling.
Right.
This is the extent of my cards I have with me.
Yeah, you probably don't have 40 Fists. Oh.
I do have that. I could build a team around that.
But yeah, that's the
Chris
one I want to
trying
build around.
Get that card so he can build a team around it.
Yes, I'm really excited about that card. Oh,
okay, so maybe I should build a team around it.
It's super good.
I'm wanting to, the Joker in me is wanting to play around with doing the old Atomica.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Having some fun with that one.
Having all villains, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
I think another good one is Earth X Captain America.
There's that one. Actually, some of the old Yu-Gi-Oh! Egyptian gods.
Yeah.
I think there's some shenanigans that can be had in there.
Yeah, that obelisk is huge.
You got someone.
So, okay. Are your masterminds already active in the field?
No.
They are not active in the field, but they are available for purchase from round 1. You don't have to wait for them to show up. You also only get one basic action. So your mastermind takes one of your basic action slots.
Okay.
The funny story is, I didn't even buy my mastermind.
Nope.
And I won. I got the...
you never get the correct energy needed to purchase him.
At all.
And your nowhere, which you were hoping to be able to use to do it, was at the bottom of your deck.
Yeah, I got in my first display, I got Thanos, the overcrushing, double overcrushing, and that kind of was ridiculous and really, really messed things up for Patrick for the most part. Patrick had a Vampire Wolverine, and what was the other character that...
What was he running with? Vampire Wolverine?
Yeah, Black Adam. I know,
yeah, Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Oh, that card is so stupid. He kept wanting to return cards.
Then he got the Collector, and
he really didn't do anything with it, though. He really just burned through his stuff.
Yeah, he was using it to churn through his stuff to get what he needed, to finish his win con.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Collector's a good thing to mill through your opponent's deck.
Yep.
He was trying to get to Collector to mill out my Thanos before I could buy it, but he couldn't get to it in time and get it fielded. So I kind of got lucky on that. But yeah, that's it. And I've also been playing a little bit of Magic.
Boo.
I know.
Okay.
What's up? What do you want to talk about now? We're basically done.
I want to go practice the Worlds. Let's go do some World practice.
Well, I think Joe might be playing, right? Or
no, he said he's going to be late.
Oh. All right.
Come on, read our messages, bro.
I can't. We're doing it on the screen. I can't do it. So we're gonna go ahead and end it here then. Sorry everyone else wasn't here, but I mean we did what we could. Oh, Ryan's got the things.
Oh yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, I saw those earlier. Yeah.
So you want to talk about how you can get those? The
So currently, the only way to get these is to buy the 3D print files. They're called STL files, and print them yourself. I've not started selling them. So there's 3 different files that you can buy. There's the tray itself, the travel case. So the tray itself, what I call the travel case or the lid, which is just a single tray holder.
Yep.
Or the case, as I showed just a little bit ago.
Mm-hmm.
I have a post up on Dice Masters Unlimited, that has the website to go to for that. They're currently for sale. The files, the tray is $5. The lid or the case is $2. And you can print as many of them as you want for your own personal use. Have a good day. Share with your local guys there. Please don't sell them online. That's my only request. I have been very generous to Chris and Rob. They have a promo code. So, Chris, I will let you divulge that one here.
So our promo code to be able to purchase, and I need the link so I can put it in the description so people can see it.
Yeah, I'll send it to you after we're finished here.
And I'm going to put it in all of our videos, but the discount code is for $2 off, so it gives you a portion of one of the schematics basically for free.
So you have to purchase the tray to be able to use the promo code. The promo code will give you the $2 off, and so you can get either the case or the lid for free at that point.
Mm-hmm. And that code is CRGR.
We were so creative.
The first 5 to claim it, it's theirs.
Yep. It is a limited use on that, so enjoy. I am working, as through this whole stream. You see my printer in the background going off. I am printing up some stock, so when I do release pricing on it, I've got some to send out for immediate, and people aren't having to wait for me to print them for them. They are not the fastest to print. 3D printers don't just make them magically. So
I thought they did.
I know it was such
kind of magic.
A little bit of magic.
Hot glue gun.
Kind of.
Hot glue imaginarium.
Okay.
All right, so that'll be in the description, and it's going to be in the description where to get the things from all of our videos going forward until Ryan wants me to take it off there. And the code is CRGR to get $2 off. So basically one thing for free. That's going to end it for us here. Be sure to check out Discord, Twitter, Facebook, do all the things. Be more social with us, and be sure to like, subscribe. We're close to 100. We got to give away to 100. Once we have 100 subscribers, we're going to do a giveaway. So, yeah. See y'all later.
Have a good night.